I knew that I had to take that leap of faith. I knew that I had to step into this thing that God had called me to do, this dream of doing music. And but I was just so unsure at the same time. And there just came a day where I just said, I've got to do this. My name is Dan Bremnes, and I come from a very small town in the western part of Canada. British Columbia is the name of the province. I come from a small town called Salmon Arm, and it's just a small little town kind of tucked away in the mountains. Lots of trees and lots of like rivers and lakes and mountains, and it's a beautiful place to grow up and a beautiful place to be from. Well, when I was like 4 years old, I remember going to church and seeing musicians play on stage and thinking, like, man, that's my dream. I remember having that distinct memory. The church was where I first started playing music, and I remember playing drums on the worship teams and being probably pretty terrible, but having a lot of nice people that let me play, and yeah, that was my first love. Being from Salmon Arm, there wasn't really like, you know, an established music scene, especially for Christian music. To do Christian music or to be a singer-songwriter in the style that I do now, it was almost seemed impossible. It just seemed like, it just seemed so far away from where I was. And I always wondered, like, how is this ever even going to be possible? But I remember at that time I actually went to YWAM. I did a YWAM Stands for Youth with a Mission. I went to Australia and did a missions trip for 6 months. And while I was there, man, something happened in my life, and God started working in my heart, and I just started to go a lot deeper. And I always had these opportunities to lead worship and to share about my faith. And something kind of clicked in me, something changed in me, where I really started to think, man, I want to make music that is really intentional and really reaches people on a spiritual level. And I want to come right out, and I want to speak about God, and I want to speak about my relationship with God, and I want to speak about the walk that I have with God. Shortly after I graduated, I was around 24 years old, and I got a really difficult phone call. I was away out of the country and attending a wedding, and a pastor called from my hometown, and he said, Dan, I've got some terrible news for you. Your mom's been killed in a car accident tonight. And you know, when I heard those words, you know, my whole world just sank. It just fell. You know, that was a really difficult season. But it was also, you know, a challenging season for me, because I started to remember some of the things that my mom had spoken to my life, and you know, some of the things that she would say, you know, to really chase after what God has put on my heart. So at that point, I really drew a line in the sand where I was like, I've got to do this. I've got to move forward and pursue this thing. And if for nothing else, just to see if it would have worked, you know? And a lot of us have those questions like, well, what if I would have tried that? And I didn't want to ask myself that in years to come. Like, what if I did try music, you know? So I realized this isn't going to be real until I get out and play in front of people. And so I remember picking up the phone and calling everybody I knew that worked at a church and just saying, hey, can I come and play at your church for free or for the cost of my gas? And I had a few friends that played music that just came out with me, and I bought them meals, and like, it started really small. It was really cool. What started to happen is, and started to find like true joy in what I was doing. It's like, I found purpose, I found my place. It was about the time that I started sending music to radio in Canada. There was a song that I released called Beautiful, and that song just really picked up, and all the stations loved it, and every station started playing it. It was just an incredible thing, and then, you know, day after day, just waking up and just thinking, this was always available to me, and God was always calling me out into the unknown. He was calling me into this thing that He just had planned for me, and I was scared to do it. So, so me and my wife packed up all our stuff, packed up our little baby boy, and we got in the car, drove to the airport, and we moved to Nashville. We're here now and so excited about this next season, and writing and recording and getting ready for new music and what lies ahead, and couldn't be happier just to know that I serve such a great God, and just being able to trust Him so far And I just know that he's going to be there every step of the way.